Alright, my name is Peyton. This is my essay on immigration for my global citizens class. Just to do a quick summary real quick, we're going to hit the impact of the economies of both the sending countries and the receiving countries on immigration, the effect on the education systems, the effect on healthcare, and the effect on politics. So just to kick it off real quick, the difference between a sending and receiving country, it's pretty much self-explanatory, but it just means the sending country is the country that actually sends the immigrants, or that the immigrants are leaving from, and the receiving country is the country that the immigrants are going to. And the way it affects the economies is, despite popular belief, the receiving country, or the country that the immigrants are going into, is actually, the economy is boosted by a lot, because these workers who come in are doing the low down and dirty jobs that we consider that no one who's a citizen really wants to do, because they're perceived as uneducated or just lower class jobs. And that's why they help boost our economy, because these immigrants are willing to do these jobs. And it helps these immigrants' home countries, or their sending countries, because these immigrants are sending money back to their home countries, which is enabling them to take care of their families and allowing these families to have their children have a higher or better education, and that's therefore starting the process of them improving the country from within itself, just by that money being sent back. And a lot of people say that the amount of money that the immigrants make versus what they send back is not equal. Well, they're correct in the fact that the money that they make here in the U.S., or the money that revenue that they generate, is actually tenfold of what they send back, at least. So, but anyway, moving on to the education system. The only problem we're having in the education system, really, with the amount of immigration that we're having today, is overcrowding of schools, and that can be solved by creating more schools and properly integrating them, of course, but also hiring more teachers, expanding schools if you can't build more. But having actually a more diverse group of people in a school is actually very beneficial, especially to younger and more impressionable kids, because when they grow up learning about all these different cultures of the kids around them and all these other different things, and hearing different languages and all, it's actually helping expand their mind more than what we would when we were in that grade or at that age. And having that better global understanding will actually help them learn better things. They'll be able to just have more of an understanding of people, and it'll kind of, in a way, just help them in life with getting jobs, because they'll have a better understanding of different cultures, better than we do even of our own today. So on healthcare, to go forward, there's not really a huge effect on healthcare, not a huge one, and that is because many immigrants, because they don't have healthcare that are legal, at least, they will pay for it in any way they can, mainly in cash, and that actually does help the economy a lot. And we do have some immigrants, they take advantage rather of the healthcare system, but we have more people in the U.S. citizens rather, taking care of their own healthcare system than illegal immigrants are. And so before we need to even worry about anybody else taking care of the healthcare system, we need to worry about our own people who are taking advantage of it and getting that under control before we can even think about worrying about anything else. And finally, the effect on politics, the big elephant in the room, if you want to call it that. And it would have a huge effect on politics, or this does have a huge effect on politics. Illegal immigrants are finding ways to vote, along with legal immigrants, of course, and people have a problem with this because they're not citizens of the United States, and that's fair. It is fair to say that. And that being the biggest problem that they have, it's understandable why people don't want illegal immigrants voting, because they're not from this country, and why should they have a right to say about what goes on inside this country when they're not even supposed to be here sometimes. But as far as legal immigrants goes, it's very fair for them to be voting in these elections and the politics, and it's very understandable why they would, because they're staying here legally. And it would affect election results. Honestly, we cannot say if it would be for better or for worse, because we don't know for sure. If immigration was higher, it might be very different. If it was lower, who knows? But it would also just affect each state in a very different manner because of the amount of jobs available, mainly. Bigger cities would have more immigrants in them, therefore more votes, and they might swing more to one side or the other because of the two-party system we have, which may divide our country even more just because the two-party system is awful, in my opinion. But that's just me, and I don't speak for anybody else other than my own opinions. And other states with less jobs, say, or not even just states, like counties, like Lawrence County, where I'm from, it's a smaller town, or it's a smaller, more rural area, and a lot of farms and things like that, and it would be less affected just because of how small it is. So, but that about wraps it up for this video, so until next time.